Okay, so I'm going to share a bit of my setup, my combination of car and tent camping. I wanted to do this last year when I went car and tent camping during August, but I was so tired when I got to the campsite. I really didn't set things up. And so this is not the same setup as last summer, but I do want to share this. Last summer, I took with me what I'm calling Madame Maybelle, my big, huge SUV tent that attaches to the back of the car. But this is going to be a little jittery. Hold on a second. But I didn't bring Madame Maybelle with me this time. She's in storage. And I bought can you see through? Yeah, I bought a small tent. I don't sleep in the tent, I sleep in the car. But I bought a small tent in February, intended to go camping, but the campsite flooded and didn't go. So I'm here now at the end of May, beginning of June. So this is what the front looks like in the car. I have a wonderful electric cooler. It doesn't keep things as cold, like when it gets really hot. If it gets hot in the car, it doesn't keep it as cold, but it keeps it cool. It also has a function under here that you can either choose cool or hot. I've never used the hot part. And as far as the condenser, I think that's what it's called, freezing over, it will, if you use it continuously, even inside the house, for longer than a week maybe or so, or maybe longer than a month, I can't remember exactly, but it did freeze over and I had to defrost it. So the passenger side of the car I use as sort of like a pantry, fridge, kitchen kind of thing. My other food supplies and kitchen supplies are at the table, and I'll lay that out and show that later. But since I'm camping, I brought some food that I normally do not eat. I go back on my cleanse and such when I get back home. I did not feel like cooking or anything, so yeah, throw back to childhood with animal crackers. So I just got these simple, not so good for you, ready to eat options. And as far as breakfast, I cooked my chicken and mushroom sausage and my bacon ahead of time, so that, I got this really, that's from my coconut oil for my hair. But anyway, that spot on the brown bag. I cooked it ahead of time, and so I warm it up. And I have drinks and cold water in here, and I let the water get really cold in here, and then I put it in my water bottle, which keeps it really cold throughout the day. This one works really, really well of keeping the temperature of whatever beverage you put in here. And then I have some other things like apples and bananas in this bag here. And that's the front passenger seat. Okay, so this is where I sleep, stretched out behind the passenger side of the car. I keep the fans going throughout the day. That really helps, and all the windows are open, including the sunroof. I wish this, like on a Toyota 4Runner, I wish something like, this is a Subaru Outback, if you haven't noticed that already. It'd be cool if the back window went down like in the Toyota 4Runner. But anyway, this is where I sleep. And at night, right now, when it gets down to like 69, 70 degrees at night or overnight, it does get cool enough with the fans going, especially with the fans, like this fan is blowing on top of me when I'm asleep. It does, pardon Zena's hair on the outer sheet. It does get cool enough for me to use the blanket. It makes me feel really, really cozy. And I do have a thermostat here that lets me know how warm it is in the car. I got it actually for cold months to know how cold it is, but it helps to know how warm it is as well. And so at lower 80s, it is tolerable to be in here. Zena is not panting or anything, so she's comfortable. But at night, like I said, with the fans going to make sure she's comfortable, I have my blanket to make sure I'm comfortable. And I have my wipes that I use to wipe off my legs and feet before I get in, and also face wipes at night before going to sleep. And I love that lantern, but when it's on the bright setting, it attracts too many bugs at night, so I use the lower setting that doesn't attract bugs. And that's this side. And if you'd like to see a back view, then this is how it looks when, from the back. Hatch is open. Don't keep it open. That's why I said I would like to have the window come down, because if you keep the hatch open, that'll drain the battery, which I found out when I was camping last year and had to get somebody to give me a jump. And this little cubby here works really well, sort of like a nightstand thing. I also use this ledge here at the window as a nightstand for things I may need at night. I love this headlamp. Love it, love it, love it. So the driver's side I use sort of as like a closet and medicine, what do you call it? Medicine cabinet. These items here I usually keep in the back of the car just regularly. And back here are shoes that, like my hiking boots and my tennis shoes, house shoes that I use for camping, which I am not using on this trip, and my shower shoes, which I haven't used at all because I've just been using my slides, my Nike slides. I use this cushion to help me when I'm driving long distances. This wasn't a long trip, only an hour outside of New Orleans, but which is where I'm working right now. But I just sat on it just because it was in the car, and my sitting on it took it away from the storage area. So always at a campsite that has water and electricity. So I run that through the window and have another extension cord thingy here. And there's another one in the back, which I'll show you in a minute. But, this is just clothes, toiletries, vitamins, underwear, and this is like all medicine I might need, over-the-counter medicine, Imodium that I always travel with, other things, Mucinex, allergy medicine, all that kind of stuff is in here. And I even use this at home, so I know where it is. So this travels with me and it stays with me at home. And hair stuff, I washed my hair when I first got here, and as I showed you, I noticed that my coconut oil is leaking, so I'll do something about that later. Because it's warm, and so that means it's liquid, and it's not in a container. It's not in a container that is liquid proof or whatever, leak proof. This is my sage that I haven't used yet. Haven't felt a need to use it, so haven't used it. And this is more storage as well as Zena's things. So this is the other extension cord that I use to charge things. So this runs the fan. This is my charger for my phone, and other fans and other devices I charge here. This is the water for overnight when I want some water in the middle of the night or after we have tucked in for the night. And these are all Zena's supplies, food and such. And did unfortunately have to do some work while I was here. So not completely unplugging, but at least away from the city. And these are containers for supplies when I pack up. Here's Zena's bowl. She's waiting to be fed, which I'll do after we take our walk, which I'll do after I finish making these videos. So I bought this changing tent. It's, like when you're on location or something and people need to change clothes at the beach or some other kind of location. I bought it originally for my very first cross-country camper van trip, in case I wanted to park somewhere and they require that you have a tent, which I am finding is not so much a big deal anymore at campsites, but that's why I got it. It's a pop-up tent that I put up in case I needed it to, and I only think I did that one time for that entire trip. And I brought it back with me from storage, just picked it up. I had a sense that I should bring it with me, even though I wasn't sure how I was going to use it. And I'm using it as an emergency bathroom. So if you see, it is close to where I sleep in the back here. And that's so that even though I am just across the way from the bathhouse, if it's 2 in the morning, I don't want to go that far. So I have this, and when I'm sleeping on this side, I can just open the door and go straight in here. I'm using it as a bathroom. So there's my little potty. That container next to it where the gloves are all my cleaning supplies. I don't have the wood chips that I normally use for my potty, so I bought some kitty litter. I really don't like the kitty litter, but it works essentially, and I need to get my wood chips, pet chips, whatever you call them. All right, so here's the tent that I showed a little bit earlier. This is sort of a hangout tent, work tent, hangout tent mostly. Got a cute little butterfly here for the entrance. You know, this rug I got at the dollar store. A lot of things I got at Dollar Tree. Got this, of course it was $5. But you know what? I really like it. It really is nice. Feels nice underfoot to wipe my feet before I go in. Yeah, this is my little hangout tent here. And so let's go in. So this is Zena's outdoor mat, actually, but I put it in here for a little bit of cushion for her and for me. Sometimes I lie on it as well. And this is a dog bed that's a little small for her, but I got it because it had more cushion, but she doesn't really like it or use it. So I use it for a pillow, put it right there, and I take a little nap. But it's cooler for her to just be on this really nice indoor-outdoor rug I got. I got it from Madame Maybell, the big kahuna tent, but it's really too small for that. But it's the perfect size for this one. This fan, it's battery operated as well as, 110 operated, but I really love it. I got it from Dick's Sporting Goods. I need to get another one or two of these. It's very effective. It also has USB here, so I can plug in other things as well. And it takes D batteries, 6 of them. So to use it battery operated is a bit expensive. And then I have this little table tray for working. I haven't used it yet here. I've been online a little bit. I've had to take care of some work since I've been here. And then that's just I don't really use it to sketch. I use it to kind of sketch out ideas. I'm not a visual artist, but I sketch out ideas on it. I really enjoy doing that. And then this is a little stool I use to prop up my feet. I've used my yoga mat once. The first morning we were here, maybe we leave tomorrow, maybe I'll use it then. And then this table, I don't like putting it together. I always forget how to put it together every time I take it apart. And then my utility thingamajigget holder. This fly swatter is very effective. I don't know how anybody feels about the fact that it actually, I guess, electrocutes the bugs, but it works really well. And these personal fans are probably a bit small, but they work relatively well as well. I got them because they are USB charged and I don't have to buy batteries for it. I love my little utility stool, how it folds. It's the tallest one that I could find. It helps me put things on top of the car as well. I got these fans from Aldi. They take 4 AA batteries and they are not energy efficient at all. They do, blow really good air, but they use up a lot of battery power. And so I need to replace these with something that's more energy efficient. I actually have more luck buying things at the Dollar Tree than I do at Aldi. I know some of y'all love Aldi and get great buys there, but the stuff I've gotten there hasn't worked as well. In here I have trash, batteries and other supplies, and my second electric fly swatter is in here. I got another one for this trip because I wasn't sure if I brought the original one that I had, but I did, so now I have two. Ain't that how it goes? All right, so this is the hangout tent, and we've got some neighbors here, but when I first got here, no one was there, so all I would see would be trees. And so this is the table, kitchen, eating situation set up here. I really enjoy how I put this together. The polka dot bag is actually like a craft bag. That works really well. I have had this Cutter citronella candle for a number of years. It lasts a very long time. And I bought some like torch canisters, but they're not working as well, or maybe I don't know how to use them quite yet. And yeah, so this is the setup for cooking. I would like for this to be a little heavier. It's supposed to, keep the flame going for when it's windy, but if it's windy and I'm in the wrong direction and too lazy to change, the wind will blow this over really easily. Like I said, I am not cooking, so I use this pot that I got from an Asian store. Really love it, really cute, really love it. I put a little oil in the bottom of it, and then I wrap my sausage or whatever I want to warm up in some aluminum foil, and then put it in here and heat it up. It takes like a couple minutes. Okay, well that's the setup. And I'm here camping, and we leave in the morning. So it's been a really good stay. At first, I guess I was really anxious to be away and thought I would add another night, but it's been sufficient. And I look forward to being back in October when it's a bit cooler. It's getting hot now.